Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Thankful Thursday, September 22nd, and welcome to another episode of Style by Stevie. Our very special guest today is a Cleveland, Ohio native. He is an actor, director, and writer, and I'm super excited to have him here in the Dollhouse, Fashion Dolls. He's already making headlines, and I'm super excited for today's show. I hope you guys all are doing wonderful. Please excuse my tardiness, excuse our tardiness. We had to wait and get some things situated behind the scenes, but we are here, Fashion Dolls. So without further ado, let's get right into this interview. Let everyone know that we are on. Share the live, and please head on over and subscribe to Style by Stevie on YouTube. All of our interviews are up there. You can check them out there, Fashion Dolls. Let me share this with Brinden so that we can dive right into this interview. Hi, Derek. Ladies and gentlemen, Brinden, Harvey. Let's dive right into this interview. So I'm going to add him. Make sure you guys share the. Hello.
Hey,
Welcome to the Dollhouse. How are you?
I'm doing great now that I'm your president.
It is such a pleasure to have you here. So before we get into this interview, how has your 2022 been for you thus far? Because I know we've had some ups and downs. Now we're going into the fall, winter months. So how has your 2022 been so far?
It has been unforgettable, to say the least.
Okay, okay.
That's what it was
Let's
given.
dive, let's dive
Yeah.
right into it. All right. So a little bit about you. You were born in Cleveland, Ohio, correct?
Yes.
That's the hometown of Holly Berry. We all know it. And
John
tell us
Legend, baby, it's a few.
about
Buddy. Yes.
and you began training at a young age for acting at the Cleveland School of Arts. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it was interesting because there's a lot of a lot of success stories. Like Avant actually went there, and so I
Yeah.
know people. Taylor Terry, who has worked with Beyonce. There's Warren, who's done Hamilton and is on Grownish. So there's a lot of like
Mhm.
very talented people who come from that school. So I was honored to train there because I was a sponge. Like I was a kid. I was in middle school. I didn't know nothing. They was in high school popping it off, and I was like, let me take notes. That's where I learned about voguing. I was given runway. I didn't even know what runway was. Oh, I didn't even know. So it was given.
Yes. And then you attended Baldwin Wellness University where you received your bachelor's in fine arts. Tell us a little bit about that.
Um, to be honest, you want the real or you want like the real is if honest
Uh-oh.
is it going in and out?
All
Uh
right. Are
oh.
we back?
Yes, we're
Ladies
back.
and gentlemen, here we are.
There we go. So that was you won't believe what I experienced there, but that's a story for another time. But it puts it and so oh no. Okay, so for me, I'm all about giving some type of energy. And so that's kind of where I learned to like sharpen that. And my Wi-Fi is not the best. I want to like disclaimer that, but
Uh-oh. Oh no, we lost him. Please forgive us, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's where Brinden is at, and it's kind of going in and out. Let me see something. Okay, so give it a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's where Brinden is at. That is messing up the connection. So let me add him back. I see that. All right. All right.
Let's
I think
try again. Okay.
all right.
Okay. We was almost done. I know. I'm so sorry. The Wi-Fi is. We figured it out. We'll see how this goes. But to not leave off any and waste any more time, basically what you said about the school, it was a great experience. Like I've always been like this. Like people didn't know about it. Like even my friend is in the live. Like they honestly they could attest. For real. We could bring them in for real.
Okay. Okay. And you received the Bachelor's of Fine Arts with acting and a minor film study. And
Yes.
you're president of the Black Arts Network for 3 years. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so when I got to the school, they did not want to give us space. Like we just wanted like space for black art, black stories. And they were like, "Oh, we don't have the funding." And then I found out how much these frats and sororities were getting to do like really inappropriate things that were like race based. And I was like, "Girl, they got 500,000 for student orgs. 500,000 for student org, baby. We need some of that." And so I wrote it out. They told me like it wouldn't work. My friend, she had originated it, and she was graduating. And I came in, I begged her like, "Give it to me. I got you."
Right.
And so I was the second president, and I made us through the like pandemic. It took a village to get it through the pandemic. Like it was, people did not want it to be established, because if it was established how we were planning to establish it, we could produce our own events, fund black culture inside this honestly predominantly white space. And I believe we succeeded. I mean, I just got a notification from the org. They just had a meeting today. I'm not the president anymore. Like they're still going. Shout out to Deasia and Kishante. They handling it. Oh, and JT too. So yeah, no, I mean that's how it works. It's like we gotta leave things better than how we got them.
Absolutely. And you said something that is very pivotal, and that is supporting the Black arts. There's so many universities out there, historically Black colleges and universities, and they don't have funding to continue these programs for the arts, like acting, music, directing, producing, so much behind the scenes. But they can get funding to other programs that are for non-people of color. And that is a problem. So I'm glad that you called that out and you pointed it out. I've noticed it as well too. And we just seen the issue that happened with the young lady who did the team that went viral. That is in the news with the
Oh yeah.
PWI. So yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about that.
Wow. Yeah, it's honestly there's a lot going on right now in the news. It is becoming almost overwhelming. And I mean, it's so hard to like split your heart so many halves, because have you heard about India and this like movement for the hijabs, like taking them off? Like, oh, it is unbelievable the stories that I'm hearing about that. That really just breaks my heart. We got to pray for everybody. We got to be good to people, because we don't know what anybody is going through. We really don't.
But my question for you is, you just said something else that's powerful too, and I ask a lot of my guests this question. How do you protect your mental health with everything that's going on in the news? Because it can be too much. You turn on the news and you see all of these things, and it's just like, wow, it's like a loaded burrito with all of these things that is going on in the world. It's like too much to take in. So how do you protect your energy with everything that is going on?
Well, I'll answer that question and add on to it, because not only do I have an answer, but I was news in June. I was TikTok viral when People create a narrative. You don't have any control anymore. So it's stories. These, like, the news is all about storytelling. And we need to make sure that there is honor to stories that are intimate, stories that are people losing someone. These are like fragile topics, and yet it is almost broadcasted like entertainment. And it normalizes it. And it makes me very uncomfortable. Honestly, for me, I could handle it, but it was exhausting mentally. The fatigue, I took all of September off because I had to protect my peace. Like, longevity wise, they try to burn us out. They try to tire us out. They try to lock us up in the loony bin. Because what? They see the potential and they'll tell you that it's not potential. And so you'll sit there and not even grow it because they told you it was small. And so mentally, I've been reminding myself just how valuable I am. I just did a photo shoot with a brand, and I was able to speak to one of the people who worked at the store, and it's on my page if you check it out. It's that most recent photo. And the lady there, she said, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed that photo. It made me feel good. I enjoyed looking at you. Like, it was a good energy. And that was kind of what I do it for. Mentally, I chose this lifestyle, this career, so that I can give back. It's a give and take. People give to you, and you got to take it and give it back. Don't be stingy. We not stingy over here. You got to share the love, the wealth, the knowledge, and that's how you free yourself mentally. Don't carry it. Because, baby, your head, I don't care how big your head is. It don't need to be carrying all of that. Hey, welcome in, y'all. Thank you for joining. And so that's how I respond. Like, keep the positivity. Everybody tells me I'm an extremely optimistic person. It's because I have to be. And even if
Yeah.
it's delusional, you better keep that positivity. Don't drop it. Period.
For nobody, keep your happiness and your joy. I was watching an interview with Jennifer Lewis and Sherry Shepherd yesterday, and they was talking about how Sherry asked Jennifer, "How do you keep your happiness? How do you keep your joy?" And she said, "It's through confidence. I walk into a room with confidence. It's been all throughout my life. I've been here and I've been acting for over a decade." And she went in to talk about her new book and what brings her happiness and joy. And we have to find that outlet for us. And I know for me, this has been the outlet that has brought me so much joy and happiness. Doing these interviews is what brings me joy. Talking to people, getting to know their career, their lifestyle, their legacy is what brings me joy. So this is for you, 100%. Yes,
Yes, I just saw that myself. And I tell you, this is your talent. I mean, this is how you make art. And so we all need to find our creative space because that's where you'll flourish naturally, and you don't got to force it. You won't come home from work exhausted because you are doing something you love. That's what everyone should be looking for. So I love that you brought that up.
absolutely. Find your joy. And you brought up brands. So speaking of brands, we're going to go through because we went through some of your resume. We're going to give you your flowers, my love.
Hmm.
You've done some work with Nike. You've done
Yeah,
some work with Ford, Netflix, Hulu, Joanne Fabrics,
yeah,
Purell,
yes.
Adidas, just to name
Uh,
a few. Tell us about all.
Power Book,
Yes,
just some Netflix, background work. I'm not there yet. Background work. And yeah, no, I mean, career wise, I've had a career since I was 16. I've worked at every theater in Cleveland, every major theater. I am what you would call experienced enough to become an equity actor. So that means I could get a Broadway call tomorrow and I'll keep up. I've done it. So, but I don't like talking about it. Like, I rather people joke with me, don't take me seriously. Because the moment people see my resume, I lose this bit of privacy, and I become this like, oh, you're on stage, you do stage stuff. No, no, I'm just another person who just happens to do that as entertainment. But baby, it's a lot. I mean, well, yes, my resume is cool and neat, but I
very
work
cool.
hard. That's what I
Yeah,
love to do. When I was a kid, I wanted to be in Hollywood, New York, making films. And here I am in New York. It's not how I expected, but I'm doing it because that's what I said. I said what I had said. And so that's my vibe with it.
and you created yourself a plan and you went forth with it. This is something that you've envisioned and you wanted to do since you were young. What did
Yes.
mom have to say seeing you in all of these projects? Because I know she's proud.
Yeah, she's very proud. She really is. But there's a lifestyle change that I think even I wasn't expecting what it would be like. You
Getting into
know,
this, I know it
you
all
ain't
too
say nothing,
well.
but you said everything.
Less. Yes. I know it all too well. And I'm reacting to it because my mom, getting into this, my mom says, "You sure this is what you want to do? You want to host a talk show? You want to do this?" Because you're sort of putting yourself out there on the block, for criticism and things. I'm like, I'm ready for it. I have the confidence for it. I'm ready for it. And what people know that I love, they love too. So, yes, my mom kind of had the same reaction too, just like, okay, make sure you're in this for the right reasons. Make sure you're going into this business for the right reasons.
Because
Which
one
is, I
thing's for
think,
sure, they gonna check your stuff. Okay, they gonna find it. They got a
yeah,
profile you never know. But every TikTok I make, my family be calling me on the phone like, "Yeah, I saw that one video you had made." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
yeah,
But it's at a point now where I cannot control who sees it. It's got to be like something I'm not afraid for people to see because I don't know where it goes, and that's the freedom of it. Is like, as long as they know, your family, your loved ones know. If I ever make a character inspired by you, it's out of love. If I ever bring up something you taught me, it's because I wanted to share a piece of it. And so,
yeah.
but I always give them their privacy because, baby, don't nobody want to be spotted on the street all the time. I was not into it. It was not, fantasy like a movie star where you get autographs. I'd rather give kids my autograph to, for obvious reasons. But some stranger like, "Oh my God, I know you," or showing up at your job, baby. I was not. They were like, "Oh, you look familiar." I said, "No, I don't. No, I don't."
That recognition, it happens, and it's already kind of starting to happen to me too. Like just the other day, I went and I spent some time with my family and things. They were like, "We've been watching the interviews. We love your interviews and things." And I said, "Well, thank you. It's good to know that they're watching and supporting. Like it's people all over the world, family all over the world is watching you, supporting and backing you 100%." So,
Right? It takes a village to do this. Nobody can become this without some inspiration. You got some big characters in your family. And I believe we've been told a long time we don't deserve to be on the screen. So I'm gonna make sure we get all the screen time, okay? Because that's what I'm a writer, and I write stories that are queer and black centered. I want to see trans women on my screen. T.S. Madison is one of the first, and I got to meet her on set. I was almost in Bros. Maybe I was almost in Bros, but I didn't have a COVID shot. And you know what? I met her in the COVID line, and that's all I needed. Okay? And she hugged me. She gave me that mama hug. We had a good old talk, and I done looked up to her for years. So that was all I needed. I've had a lot of people stop me and just like celebrities, like, "I see you, keep going." Like, that is the little things. Like I saw Peppermint walking past my car, and that's when I was living in my car in the same spot. And I just saw Peppermint on the phone in her gown. Baby, she was just on her way to the store probably. And I ran up to her like, "Stop, stop." And I was like, you know what? That gave me the hope I needed today. And so I pushed through. And so that visibility, that's what I want to be for others as well, because they make me feel seen.
and I love that you gave credit to T.S. Madison because she is the first. She is the first Black trans woman to have a national television show on TV. This has never happened. I mean, Jazz has had her show on TLC, but
But
the
those are
first
always
Black
centered on a storyline that, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, no, go ahead.
I was feeling you because, like, you're right. Like, I've seen the Jazz story. And don't get me wrong. Let's give credit. Shout out to Jazz because
Yeah,
it took bravery. At her age, she was very confident. That's a lot of confidence. Because back then, people said whatever they wanted to say. But she still looked strong. And she kept, even maybe days she wasn't. And that's what we also need to acknowledge. You don't got to be strong every day. But T.S. Madison has proven it don't matter what industry she's in, she's going to have big dick energy. I don't know a
yeah,
better way to say it. Like, that is, She is a queen. She's not afraid of who she is. And it's about time we stop being ashamed of people who ain't ashamed to be themselves. Because as a queer male, I'll tell you right now, it is exhausting the boxes people put me in. They only see like, oh, you got facial hair. But that does not define a person's gender. Like, it is so, I deal with a lot of that myself. And my heart goes out. I really do. I truly love my community. Like the queer community, the LGBTQIA plus.
And one thing I base this platform off is inclusivity. So you're going to see everyone from different walks of life, and that's what I get a lot of messages from DMs from people that I've interviewed in the past that would say your platform is so open and so inclusive. I try to be inclusive to everyone. With me being a member of the LGBTQ plus as well too. People don't label me or put me in a box category. And it's like she is who she is, and that's what I love about it. And the thing is, there's so many people out here who are teenage wise, who are struggling to come out and live and walk and breathe in their truth in this industry. And I've seen so many people in our community, LGBTQ plus, have to face obstacles to go through to get where they need to be in this entertainment business, because it is a cutthroat business. And it's
Yeah.
like you got to have a very thick skin. So my advice to people out here who are in the community that are looking to become an actor or host a talk show or a platform or whatever it is live, breathe, and exist, and be bold. Be bold about it. And I make no bits or apologies about who I've had on my show in the past. That is in our community. I make no bits about it because everybody deserves to have their story, and that's what my platform is about. It's about love and inclusivity. Yes, you get the glamour. Yes, you get the beauty. You get all of that and so much more. But you get real people, real life, real stories, things that they have faced that you might have experienced similar at home. And you'd be like, wow, watching this interview is powerful. And I don't mean to make people tear up or get emotional, but it just happens. What happens here in the dollhouse, it happens here in the dollhouse.
Let it
That's
flow.
our moment, right?
Honesty is powerful. Living in your
Absolutely.
truth, the visibility to see someone else. I mean, it takes living in your truth to do what we do. And I know that there are so many people behind us and in front of us who we are just building momentum. That's all.
Absolutely. And speaking of momentum
Yeah.
and power and connections, now let me know how true this is. You're related to some big people. And I'm
Yeah.
going to go down the list here.
Oh, yes.
The greatest, Muhammad Ali, Tom
Yes.
Hanks, and
Yeah.
George Clooney. Tell us
Yeah.
the connection. Reading this is fascinating. So how?
I know it was very fascinating. I found out like in June. My dad just like texted me. He always texts me like screenshots. He
Yeah,
had bought ancestry.com and he went digging, like digging. And so we found a few bloodlines of royalty, like Queen Philippia from like the 15th century, like 16th century. And I was like, what is going on? There's a lot of mess. So I'll tell you the basis. There's a man named Archer Alexander. If you go on my TikTok, you can watch the video about him. He is how I'm related to Muhammad Ali. Because if you Google it, they're related. And I am directly a child, like great grandchild of Archer Alexander.
I'm literally clutching my pearls over here because it's powerful when you go and you trace your family ancestry, your family tree. And this is something that my father was kind of telling me about, going back deep to your roots and finding out you never know. So what was your reaction getting the call from your father saying, this is this and this is this?
Well, you want to hear something even more wild? I have a poster of Muhammad that's been in my bedroom for 5 years. I just bought it because I didn't know it was. I don't know how to explain it. I just knew I needed it, and so it got me through school. It got me through graduating high school. I would just like have it in my room as like this symbol. And so when I got that news, it was just reaffirming that like if he could do it, then it is in me to do it. And I've learned I am a fighter. Like that's my heart. Like I fight with my heart and my words, but I really like it's really the way I move with it. It's comedy, acting, singing. Like that is how I am, able to use this because Archer was a slave hero. He freed people. Yeah, so that lineage, there's a story, and that story needs to continue. And so that's what I want to do.
And it's powerful. Going back to your answers, finding these things out about yourself just fuels you even more to keep going and producing more content. Something you said in the beginning of the interview is, as a man, as a queer man, I want to continue to give stories about us in the LGBT. Me being a trans woman, I want to continue to inspire both cisgender, LGBT people, people of color in general, as a as a black woman. I know people say, well, you shouldn't think, yeah, I gotta put it out there. And I try to be as open and visible and transparent with people as possible. And so far, the responses that I've been getting have been amazing, and I love you all for it. But
You deserve your own. Like I need the whole thing. Like it's only a matter of time because you're just building up your resume at this point. So
yeah,
when the call comes, you already prepared.
and there's so much in the right. I believe that you put everything out there in the universe that it's your destiny. You go for it. And my mom, she told me, keep reaching. There are some times when I have to take a break mentally because of everything that goes on in the world, and I've learned that, and I'm thankful that I've done that because it helps in the end result, so that I can come back even greater, even stronger. And as your relative, Muhammad Ali, would say, I am the greatest. So that's the mantra and the mindset that we have to now deeply invest in is that I am the greatest. I am going to continue. I am going to keep going for my dreams and my
Yeah.
passion. Never letting anybody stop where I am. So that's
And
the mindset.
and to add, like, because I really resonate with what you're saying, it's all about your inner child.
Yes.
A lot of us are afraid of that person. And so we let that person guard our deepest and most powerful possessions. And we just are afraid to get around them. You got to love that person. And you got to hug that person. And you got to forgive everything they didn't know or understand. That is how you unleash something you didn't even know you had. And it's not really a 1 day, 1 week. It's a lifelong journey. But that is how you get back to your roots. I heard this saying, there's a reason why babies can't talk because they'll give away all God's secrets.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
I mean, come on, like, just don't be afraid to be the most inner you. Even if other people are like, what? I wouldn't do that. Maybe something told me I needed to wear blue. You know what I mean? So that's important.
Right, listen to your inner child. And shout outs to JL Allison. She said that at one of my interviews with her. She's a dance coach, dance influencer, and she's done ballet and so many other things. And she has her black
Thing.
owned
Love
school
it.
arts and things. And
Yeah.
I did an interview with her, and she said that you have to listen to your inner child. Go back to that inner child. I asked her, what is one thing you could take back and listen to your young self? She said, I would listen to my inner child. I would be fun. I would be more lively. Things like that in the interview. And have fun, live, love, laugh. That's my mantra. So I try to do everything lighthearted because there's so much seriousness going on in the world, and I just kind of want people to have an escape to be like, okay,
At the end of the day, if it ain't paying your bills, why are we paying in mind? Like, I don't let me tell you something. This is something that set me free a while ago. Do you know what TV means? It is a television. I got my own visions. Okay, I don't need nobody telling me my vision. Okay, don't tell. I know mine. And so when I watch things and I absorb things, I'm always sensitive about the fact, is it uplifting me? Is it giving me something that I can turn into something more?
yes,
Because it takes fuel and you got to make sure you got the right fuel because it's a choice. Very
right,
much.
absolutely. All right, fashion dolls, we're going to get into our games here before we wrap up with Brinden, and then we're going to take some of you guys' questions. The first one is going to be called the rapid fire. And
Oh,
Brinden has to give us 5 things that he can't live without. And then the next one, we're going to turn the tables here. And this is where I allow my guests to ask me questions, as many as they want, about my passions, goals, dreams, likes, dislikes, whatever it is. So we're
oh.
going to start off with the rapid fire. What are 5 things that Brinden can't live without?
My car,
Okay.
an eighth, um, drag race,
Okay.
Stream Drag Race UK season 4 today. What else? Honestly, that's 3. I'm a minimalist, so um, the other 2 would just be luxuries. Like, my phone and my laptop. Can't live without it. I kind of depend on it.
Writing,
And maybe
producing.
AirPods. A
Yeah.
bunch of the AirPods in there too.
So those are his 5 things that he can't live without, ladies and gentlemen. And now it is time for him to turn the tables. And this
Okay.
is for my new viewers out here who want to get to know about me. I'm a very private person. So this is how you kind of get to know a little bit about me through the question. So I don't know what Brinden is going to ask me, so I'm going to pass it on to him, and he gets to ask as many questions as he wants. So take it
Oh,
away.
all right. Well, let's get right into it. Where are you located? Like, not
I,
at go. You know what I mean.
I am a South Carolina girl. I'm from South Carolina.
Okay. Can we get some likes for that? Come on. So now, let me know. Like, can you cook?
Yes. And in fact, I do oftentimes when I'm not even on the show, when I'm not even doing Style by Stevie, I'm doing something of the sort, whether it's cooking or I always talk about my green thumb that I'm trying to have. Me and my mom go outside and sometimes plant them. So she's starting to rub off on me with the garden and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I do outside of the show.
Come on, organic. We love to see it. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, what are your 5 things you can't live without?
The first I would have to say, well, I'm put this into 2. I would have to say God and family. Um, Number 2, my phone, because I'm always putting things in there, dates. I've gotten so hip to technology. Um, I would have to say a good book. I love to read. I'm always in a book. That would be number 3.
Okay.
Number 4, fashion, because I love to change up my looks. I believe that fashion is a way that we live. We should embrace it. Have fun, experiment, try different things. That would be number 4. And number 5, I would have to say water. Stay hydrated. As you guys can see, I'm
Okay.
all hydrated today. So, yes, lots of water. I can't cook for my reservation skills for top tier. For
Okay,
tournament.
top T. I will get us the best table and the best spot, and I got a coupon. Come on.
Hey, that is my rapid 5. That is the things that I can't live without. I could have said makeup, hair. I could have said all of that, but
That's
no. That,
fashion. When you
yes.
said fashion, all I saw was walk-in closet, MAC Cosmetics. That was an envelope. I knew exactly what you meant. That was not that. Yeah, I feel your vibe. Wow. You know, you were God, water. You've answered this question before.
Yes, yeah. Stay hydrated. Stop stressing. I'm the type of person. I'm not hard to please at all. I live life vicariously, and I believe that we should all, be stress free with the things that go on in the world. We should all make sure that we take time and invest deeply into ourselves. Self care is important. So lots of water. As you can see what it does to my skin all over. So make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Self care is important.
What she said. Oh wow. So honestly, I just want to say really quickly, I thank you for being patient with me because the morning I've had, I just want to let y'all know I have a YouTube series coming out, and October 1st, if you want to see like behind the scenes, the realest of real of living on the streets of New York, baby, I'm giving it. And I got videos for every day of the week. So it's a lot of tea. Every day you're going to get some fresh tea. So as you can head over to the Aura Palace on YouTube, or give me a minute, you can go to my, page and I'll be able to link it. But I gotta tell my story. That's another thing I wanted to bring. You gotta tell your story. Don't let nobody silence you. And so I've changed over the last month, and I'm ready to present that what the change was.
Absolutely. I love what you just said, which is I got to tell my story. And this is what I do on my platform. I don't change the narrative. I allow people to come on to come in and tell their story. I don't affect it in any way, shape, or form. Any emotion that they show, that's on them, and that's real raw and in that moment. And it's captured. And people see it and they take from the story. And one thing you know for sure, two things for certain, is that whatever certain person is going through at home, they've been through on this show. So it resonates to them and it's real. And when I built this platform, I wanted it to be real, raw, and authentic and in the moment, in the now, in the present.
And and I appreciate you for that, because a lot of people gonna ask me for interviews when I'm all settled. And when I join back on TikTok next month, there's going to be a different type of energy where you saw the potential 2 months ago. And I, at the time, didn't even know what was about to happen. I didn't know what to expect. And you were already there. Like, I see you. Let's get you on the calendar. And that meant a lot to me. That really did. And so no matter what, I'm always down to come back. I don't care where I am in life, where I go. You got a friend in me. That's all I gotta say, because this was so fun and I needed this.
Yeah, we always have a good time here in the dollhouse, don't we, Fashion Dolls? And I'm gonna read some of you guys' comments. If you guys have questions for Brinden, um, my fraternal says, "God, water, fashion. You trying to channel Captain Planet, huh?" That, a little bit. Yes, yes. I believe in recycling. If that's what you meant.
That part.
Mommy Product says, "I'll be following." Yes, let everyone know where they can check out the platform, where they can follow you at. And you said you're going to be on TikTok, and the project comes out next month, October, which is my birthday month.
No, oh what? No way.
Yeah, I'm
When is your
Scorpio,
birthday?
October 31st.
Oh, that's my
Mm-hmm.
sibling's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, that's what it's giving. It's giving, sis. I love that. So basically, oh, thank you so much, because I could give me 1 second. I want to respond to her, because I honestly been putting on a brave face. So I'm gonna put that right there. So yeah, so I'm going on head on to YouTube October 1st, and I'm going to present more raw footage, because my TikTok has never been serious. And I feel like a lot of people wanted it to be serious, like these vlogs and updates and like, what's going on? Tell us the tea. There is no tea. I don't make my life the entertainment. I tell other stories that come from different other places, but my personal life, TikTok
Right.
is not a safe space. It's not. If you didn't know, even the creators of the app are not that supportive of Black creators. So they will mute you or lower your views if it's too real. And so we can't even speak freely on there. So it's not, but that's okay, because there's opportunities everywhere. And I see an opportunity there in comedy. I am very funny. I make up jokes every day. So I can make a new TikTok in like 10, 15 minutes. And I want them to be humor, not all of this other stuff, because we don't need more of that. We need more stuff that makes us laugh. Okay. So you can follow me at the Aura King on TikTok. On YouTube, it's the Aura Palace. I just found that out today, because it's October 1st is when it goes down. It's so raw. It's dated footage. It's not from right now. So you're going to see a person I don't even know if I can watch it, because that's what it's giving. But yeah, no, I return to TikTok. Thank you so much, Mommy Products. I appreciate you. Um, and it's gonna be so much fun. I have so many fun ideas. Yeah. So you could tap in there or the Aura Studio. This is my photography page, so you can see some great works here. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep pursuing acting. I got some auditions this week for some movies or whatever, so I gotta be quiet about it. But I'm working hard behind the scenes.
Oh, yes. Shout out to my fraternal what you just said. Gave you some advice. It says, keep fighting, bro. Those who are against you believe in you the most. Think about it. Yes.
Yes,
And shout
absolutely.
out to my girl, my bestie. We did an interview together. Shout outs to Blue Haze Code, and I want to give her shout outs too. Some of the pieces here, she's actually responsible for some of the pieces that I've worn on the show. There's dresses, amazing pieces. Please go and shop Blue Haze Code, and she's in the Atlanta area. And she has some new collections out as well too. So definitely head on over and shop with her. Now she wants to know, where are you based?
Okay, it's complicated. Okay, so honestly, I am the whole tri-state area in like New Jersey. Like it's crazy. So right now I'm in more of the New Jersey area, but I was in the Bronx yesterday, Brooklyn, Harlem.
I have family
I'll
in
be
New
a
York. You
baby. And when I say city boy, I'm like out on the street city boy, like really in each part of the city. I'm not like sitting in one spot. Like no, my Metro card, it don't exist, but if I had it, it would be very used. But yeah, no. So I'm really just the tri-state area. Like yeah, I sleep in the Bronx a lot right now, and I fell in love with the culture up there. Brooklyn has my heart, and Manhattan is never dull. So I can't complain. New Jersey though, it's so peaceful here. Oh, I love it. I love it. Ain't nobody yelling or screaming. Oh yeah, no. Cheers for that.
And Mommy Product says, love the energy. Keep your spirit and faith. God is going to continue to bless you. Yes, He is. All the time.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, no. I'm so excited for, because you gotta understand, like my art is my like escape. So even no matter how hard things may get, oh my goodness, you keep creating, you will find a way to prevail. So I'm excited to start that. I haven't even made all the final decisions. I mean, honestly, I wanted to be so authentic that I do it, moments before, because it's going to be my truth. And you can't filter your truth. And now I'm excited to, and I got music coming as well. Like I really want to express myself. That's my whole MO.
Blue Hay says, so I got to come up there for my photos, and that she's excited for you.
Yes, you let me know. Come and follow the page. If anybody wants a photo shoot, I have a discount going on right now. I'm based also in the Ohio area, so I travel between Ohio, New York, New Jersey, and the local areas. And yeah, no, I'm a published model, so I definitely love what I do, and I want to share with others. There's so much beauty in everybody, so I would love to capture everyone's beauty. I've been doing it since like middle school. Photography is my love, but I don't tell people about it. But I want to share it, so I'm trying to put it out there.
And you make it a masterpiece, and you do it so effortlessly. I was checking out some of the photography on your page. It's beautiful.
I mean, I just see the person and I try to capture who they are in their photo. I don't like posting that photo that's not them. I'll never do it. If you can't show me who you
Yeah.
are, I probably won't do a photo shoot with you. No shade. But I love when people like can, even if they're nervous, like let's just find something that represents you and let's go from there. And so it's always a blast. But thank you for that. It really means a lot.
Any more questions or comments or concerns, Fashion Dolls, for our very special guest here, Brinden?
Right, because I won't be back till October 1st. So this was an exclusive. No shade.
Gotta go. Great live queen. I'll be keeping up with that. Thank you, Mommy Products, and I
Thank you.
appreciate you tuning in.
Appreciate Thanks for coming. So I mean, honestly, I have a question for you. What do you feel like is the most heard thing you get on your lives? Like, what do you feel like every live is there some drama? Have you ever had to cancel someone in the live, like X them out? I want the tea. Like, I'm trying to, like, come on.
Not really. I try to keep my. I'm the type of Scorpio where I try to keep my composure cool through everything. My paternal knows me so well. Our Yankee, he knows me. So there have been lives where I would have to sit and be kind of, and I do. Um, I sit reserved. I can sit back and I take everything. I believe in doing that and being still and in the moment and observing things and not getting out of line or getting out of character. But there was one interview in particular where I had to check someone's follower because they got transphobic. And I literally had to, come out of character for that. And do I regret it? I don't. Because one thing I don't tolerate is disrespect. And nobody should be disrespected, demeaned, or put down. I'm about love and positivity here on this platform. And what you see is what you get. That's it. And then everybody knows that. And I try to make it as, again, transparent as possible. But yeah, learn from that mistake. And I did. I took it as a lesson. And the audience was like, they understood. They were like, we get where you're coming from. Stand up and you stand up and what's right. LOL, I better not hear Stevie had drama. She has a monster that will go for her. Yes. And the other one is in here too. So
Okay. All right. And now add me to the list. Okay. If they got a problem, they got to come through all of it. Okay. Yeah. And I don't block people. So you'll see where, yeah. But, but no, I'm so glad that you had so much great talent and so many like people who felt a great connection to want to return. That it just speaks volumes to like the relations of what you're doing. Have you seen the Tony show? The Tony Talk show. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's a daytime show. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
yes. I feel like that would be a moment. Would you do something like that? Is that what you're interested in?
I would love to. And I try to make my talk show as down to earth and relatable as possible where people look at you as the girl next door. Or, she could be like a friend. She could be like a sister to me. She could be like, this person or that person. I
Yeah.
try to make it as relatable as possible. We do more than shake tables. And she doesn't need to read out anymore. Yes, I believe it.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what other games have you played? Like, is it because that was pretty fun. Like, I don't know if we over time, but is there time for one more game?
Well, I do one called His Thoughts, where I give you the name of some actors and you give me one word that describes them. Yeah. So
Let's
that's
do
another
it.
one. All right,
Okay.
let's do it. We can do one more game. All right, Fashion Dolls. So it is time for His Thoughts. So I'm going to go through a list of actors, and Brinden here has to give me one word that describes each one. Okay, so the first actor that I'm going to start off with is Idris Elba.
Fine. That's it.
Okay,
It's just fine.
I second that. Okay, the next actor is uh he is he made some headlines just recently, and I don't think it was a big deal, but he's an amazing actor and he stands up. He is for the people. I would have to say John Boyega. What is one word to describe him?
John Wick?
John Boyega.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Can you run me the
It's Star. Is it Star Wars, y'all? It's Star Wars, and he went on.
Oh, with the comment? He
Yes,
said what he said. He said
mm-hmm.
he said I date black women. I
That's
said,
it.
did he stutter? Where was the stutter? I don't and let me and just really quick on that because I feel some type of way. It is normal to stick beside your people. I don't every other race they can it's normal for them to date their race, but when we date our race it's weird. I don't understand. Like, what are you talking about? So he stuck beside it, and as he should.
Rightfully so. The next actor is Michael B. Jordan.
Ooh, honestly, I would say diverse. because he always gives us something new, something fresh. Like, he is not a one-trick pony. That man is very diverse with his skill set. Okay.
All right, the next one is, and he's a classic. He's been out for a very, very long time. And he's a vet for what he does. Lorenz Tate.
Ooh. What has he done?
Love Jones, Minister
Oh, I see.
Sky.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yes, he said. Oh, so that's the only answer. It's so, like, back then, if you was on TV or you had to have that boogie woogie. You know what I'm saying? So he just carried it with him. The soul. Oh, I loved it.
And the last actor, last but certainly not least, Brendan Hart.
An aura. I would definitely say that's the word. I have so many colors and hues and parts to who I am. And baby, you gonna get a lot with me. If I get in front of somebody's screen, I'm acting a fool, okay? And I'm gonna give you all the vibes and all the aura.
An array. It's an array of things with versatility.
Yes, we reinventing, because the rainbow, I want to represent the rainbow in everything I do. So I'm not afraid of no color, okay?
All right. That's it for his thoughts, Fashion Dolls. Do we have any last minute questions or comments? This is such a great interview, and I hope you all had a good time. I know I did.
Me too. Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Stevie. Like, check me out. Give me, a second, and we gonna be taking off. And I wish you nothing but the best. I'm sticking beside you, so I'll be at the next interview in the audience too. You never know. So,
Yes,
thank you.
you are so welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Brinden, Harvey, and we're going to check back him as well, too. I would say Michael B is single father fine. Oh, okay.
Oh, now, no, that's how you end the live, okay? I'll have what he's having. Thank
I
you.
concur. All right, Fashion Dolls, ladies and gentlemen, Brinden Harvey, and we will be catching up with you in the future.
All right. Take care.
Take care, everyone.